Hello, and welcome to Fragments of Stillness. It's always good to have you here. A space where time slows down and the mind finds room to breathe. If these reflections speak to your heart, consider subscribing to the channel, turning on the bell, and remembering. New videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 6 a.m. Share this moment with someone who might need a pause in the midst of so much noise. Today we'll reflect on a quiet but very real feeling. The sadness that lives inside the repetition of identical days. That sense of waking up and living on autopilot, as if every day were just a faded copy of the one before. Have you ever woken up feeling like you were just repeating yesterday? Wake up, make the same coffee, take the same route, talk to the same people, reply to the same messages, and at the end of the day you ask yourself, is this it? That silent sadness that grows out of repetition, predictability, and a routine that no longer surprises. It's more common than you think. But what if this feeling is trying to say something? Maybe the sameness of our days is a mirror reflecting what we've stopped listening to within ourselves. Maybe routine isn't just a trap. Maybe it's a message. A quiet whisper saying, look inward, because out here, everything has become the same. Today, I invite you to listen to a simple story. It's about a man and the ticking of his life, until the ticking stops. Take a deep breath. This story is an invitation to presence and awareness. In a small town, where time seemed to always move the same way, lived Mr. Manuel. Every day, he woke up at exactly 6 a.m. He brushed his teeth, made the same coffee, put on the same beige shirt, and walked to the newsstand. He read the headlines, took a sip of coffee, returned home, ate lunch at noon, napped at 2, had dinner at 7, and went to bed at 9. The neighbors said he was a man of habit. Others said he was a man of discipline. But no one knew that inside. Mr. Manuel felt like his days were fading. One day, he noticed the clock on the wall had stopped. He stared at the frozen second hand, as if time had finally given up too. And for the first time in years, he asked himself, why do I keep doing everything the same? He walked over to the window, pulled the curtains open, and noticed something he hadn't seen in a long time: the sky. There were clouds dancing, a child playing in the street, a cat walking across a wall. In that moment, Mr. Manuel understood. Time hadn't stopped. He had. Trapped in an invisible script he followed without questioning. And the broken clock, frozen at 2:12 p.m., was the only thing that had dared to wake him up. That day, he didn't drink his coffee at 7. He didn't read the news. He went for a walk without a destination. And for the first time in years, he felt alive. Mr. Manuel's story is about all of us, about the routines we create to feel safe, but that, over time, begin to numb us. They start as comfort and end as confinement. And without noticing, we live inside cycles that no longer transform us. Identical days aren't necessarily bad, but if every day looks like the one before and the one after, maybe it's time to pause, to listen to what the silence between tasks is trying to say. Mr. Manuel's clock stopped, and in the stillness of that frozen second, he saw himself. He realized he had gone missing from his own life, that he hadn't asked himself in a long time what he loved, what he wanted, what he felt. Empty repetition is a discreet way of breaking. And the issue isn't the routine itself. It's being absent inside it. It's doing everything without soul, without curiosity, without openness to surprise. Routine, when lived with awareness, can be beautiful. But when lived on autopilot, it becomes a slow forgetting of who we are. Maybe you're also living these identical days, waking up already tired, doing everything you're supposed to do, but feeling like something is missing. Routine is necessary, yes. It gives us structure, but it can't steal you from yourself. You are not a machine made to repeat tasks. You are a living story in constant transformation. What might this repetition be trying to show you? Maybe that something needs to change. Or maybe that you need to change how you're seeing what's already here. What if you took a different path home today? Ate somewhere new? Turned off your phone for one afternoon and just watched the world? Sometimes, it's not life that's lost its color. It's just that we stopped paying attention. If this story touched something inside you, don't keep it to yourself. Share this video with someone who might also be trapped in identical days. Leave a comment. How do you deal with the repetition of routine? Do you feel like your days still hold meaning? Subscribe to Fragments of Stillness, and remember, new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 6 a.m. Each one is a quiet invitation to return to yourself, gently. Because sometimes, everything begins to change when, for the first time in a long while, we simply stop and notice.